Hello, I am here doing a surprise live stream. It's the evening of 11th of September here, which is morning for you guys on 9/11. And as it is 9/11, there is going to be no politics, no bad actors. Hi, B. And certainly none of the orange terror, whose only comment after he heard about what happened on 9/11 was that his buildings were the tallest in Manhattan. So, no Trump, no politics, no bad actors. Hi, Helena Harrison. Hi, B. Hi, Cappy's mum. So, I am thinking that we are going to look at some nice people. And I'm thinking of starting off with checking in on Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She's someone who deserves a hello and a check-in. So just remember, and if you can, if you see anyone, just occasionally put up the comments that there's no politics today, no orange terror, no bad political actors, and even the Democrats. We're not going to look at we're not going to look at the election in any way. But I thought we might do a check-in on Ruth Bader Ginsburg, see how she's going. So she's not been well recently, of course. Hi, Tricia. Hi, Sharon Sipe. Hi, Edith. Hi. So, hi, Christine Thomas. Going to check in on Ruth Bader Ginsburg and see how she's going. Only good people today and no politics. We might have a look at a little mystery. I'm only going to be on for an hour, okay? But I thought I'd do something to, a lot of tough things going on over there, and it's 9/11, 19 years, so no politics, no orange terror, no bad actors. So, a good actor, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Let's check in and see how she's going. Okay. How's her health going? She's struggling a little bit. She's had something that's brought her down a peg, but, she's a strong lady. All of America is behind her. That's all of America is praying for her and willing her to keep going. What are her current influences? Her current influences is the need to do her job, to call people forth to answer, and to do her job as a judge on the Supreme Court. That keeps her going. That's one of her biggest influences. What's above her? The sun. The sun. This is a good card to have above her. This is all the wonderful, loving energy that people are sending her. And, so let's keep sending that good energy her way. Bit snuffy, just a bit cold here. What's immediate ahead of her? Queen of Pentacles. Again, she's a figure that people love, and resources, every resource is being given to her to keep her going and to keep her as well as she can be. What's beneath her? What's she thinking subconsciously? Well, news, actions, news about actions. I just got a thought pass through my head that news about certain people's actions keeps her going and keep her determined. She's not going anywhere until after a certain date in January. We're not going to go over to the politics, okay? So the influence of her past actions, she has given hope to a nation, and watching her, she's one of those foundations, along with Dr. Fauci, that has given hope to the US as a nation over the last few years. The next step, she's going to be going back to always stand up for the truth. That's her job, and she's going to be going back to it. She's not letting it go. So, yeah, she's got a bit of a battle with the tower, but, you know, she's got a lot of well-wishers and everything. So, yeah, that's Ruth Bader Ginsburg. A bit quick check-in on her. Who else can we check in on? Let's see. Yeah, it's 9:15, 14 minutes past 9 here in Western Australia. We're 12 hours ahead of the East Coast. So, yeah. Okay, who else can we look at? We're only looking at good people today. Okay, good people, good actors. Who else can we look at that we can check on, have a look at? Or we can do a little mystery or something if you like. Yeah, but it's 9/11, and thoughts and prayers with everyone who suffered loss from 19 years ago. Yeah, and okay. Who else can we look at? Who else can we look at? Or what else can we look at? That is a bit of fun. I had a list somewhere here, but I lost it. I'm thinking of maybe looking at, what can I look at? What's something fun to look at? Yes, prayers for everyone in California, Oregon, and Washington State. Hi, Linda Sandoval. Hi, Edith Rosales. Tricia Gallagher, yeah. So let's have a look. What can we look at? That's a bit of fun, a bit of entertainment, something to lighten up people's day in a worrying time and on a sad anniversary. Christine, oh, well, prayers for them, okay? Prayers for your children in California, and that they're all okay. What can we look at? What's something fun we can look at? Let's see. Come on, somebody give me some ideas. Oh, then I'll just have to go and find some myself, won't I? Hi, Dave. Hi, GM Dave. I'm going to be doing a video on Edgar Allan Poe. Let's have a look. What can we look at? How to dance the hula. Yeah, no. How about we look at come on, give me something. If I've got to go find them myself, it's not as much fun. I've looked at Oak Island. The guy giving away the chocolate factory. Are there pyramids in the US? That's an interesting question. Are there pyramids in the US? Let me know soon. Are aliens amongst us? I've had a look at aliens previously. Are there pyramids in the US? 10 of Athamas. That's the 10 of swords. Destruction in this case. Where they may have been destroyed. 8 of chalices. Walking away. Five, abuse of power. But again, walking away and people turning their backs. But this is also the walking away, the person standing there and people walking away and turning their backs. Space travel for people and pets. I'll have a look at that. Definitely, I will. I'm looking at the pyramid question at the moment. 3 of Pentacles. Goops working stone. Critical decisions, the 2 of Athamas. I'm using the Greenwich Tarot here. Anxiety, 9, sleeplessness, things not working. You know what? I think 7 of Pentacles. Assessment. I think there may have been some efforts to build them a very, very long time ago, but those efforts were abandoned for some reason. There may be some bases like stone squares that are a bit puzzling, various quite large sizes, but I think for some reason they just were not working. They couldn't, the efforts to build them were abandoned. Destruction, destruction. The 10 of Swords, destruction. I think the efforts to build the 5 of Chalices, loss. No, I think there may have been at some point some effort to build something along the lines of pyramids by some group, but they were abandoned because the continued destruction or continued attack, chased away, anxiety, sleeplessness, losses of, yeah, I think whoever was there and trying to build them, this group of people, they were basically chased away, attacked, and also just in order to build something like a pyramid, the manpower, they couldn't bring the manpower with them, and trying to gather the manpower from the people who were here was not a good idea. And you couldn't blame them either. Say, I'm not gonna break my back building your stone, whatever it is. So yeah, I think there may have been some attempts to build pyramids in the US at some stage by some group of people, but just for various reasons, including attacks and perhaps trouble getting manpower and materials, they were abandoned. So there you go. Thank you for that question. How soon are we traveling to the bottom of... Oh, that's two really good questions from opposite ends. One going to the bottom of the ocean, and one out of space, into space. I will get the Voyager Tarot. I love that for these questions, these types of questions. Voyager Tarot deck. Space. Will there be space travel for people and pets? Hi, Greta. Hi, Cappy's mum. Ancient Egyptians traveled to America. They could have. They could have. And they may have tried to build pyramids, but it just wasn't going to happen. It just, yeah. Could have. So space travel. Will there be space travel for people and pets? Let's explore that. Will there be space travel for people and pets? Because these are a lot different from... It's not a Rider-Waite based deck, so I probably refer to the book now and then, but I love going off the pictures with these too. 10 of Worlds, 10 of Pentacles, reward, hard work and money and resources. It's going to require a lot of hard work, a lot of resources, a lot of money, a lot of other resources, materials, as in things. 10 of Cups, passion. It's got passion. There are people there with a passion for this. Elon Musk, amongst others. Not a big fan of his, that's all. But there's a great passion for this, to continue this exploration. What are the challenges? Equanimity, 2 of Crystals. Trying to get someone who can and will make that critical decision to say, yes, go, go, go. We will do this. sort of someone who's that critical person who at the critical crossroads inspires people and says, yes, we will do this. We will provide the resources and the money. Getting that is important. The odd company here and there's not going to be enough. They need someone to make that critical decision. And it's finding that person or talking that person into it. At the base of this is space travel for people and pets. Hope. People often look into the stars. This is very interesting. They look into the stars and they see hope. They see a future maybe beyond this earth, and not necessarily for themselves, but maybe for their children or their grandchildren. New starts in other places. Hi, Debbie Fitzsimmons. Hi, Dishes and Stitches. Okay. Will the research of Hungarian science, Rosca, on eyesight restoration? Oh, that's a good one to look at too. I'll write that. Hungarian research, eyesight restoration. That'll probably do for the moment, because we're doing space travel now, and then we're going to go to the bottom of the sea. Research, eyesight restoration. Those who've just joined us, this is a special. No politics, no bad actors, just things that can look to a hopeful future or different fun things that look maybe way back in the past. So at the base of this is people looking for hope in and new beginnings elsewhere for not necessarily this generation, but like their grandchildren and even their children if they're very young children. Past actions leading up to the present with it. Learning. Child of Crystals is Page of Swords. They're always learning. There has been times of disappointment, but also they're trying to keep. There's been times of disappointment, of course, and losses, like Gus Grissom, etc., and the Challenger and the Columbia. So there's been times of losses that are deeply cut and disappointed, but also there's a lot of technology involved in this that not every country wants to share. So there's been some of this, spy thriller intelligence thing attached to some of it. So people are always willing to come out and say what advances they've made because of those issues. What's above? Below is hope. Above is chariot. Above is momentum. These are gorgeous cards. A momentum that it's something that can possibly, when it happens, it's going to rocket ahead very quickly. This is one of the fastest cards in the deck. It implies speed, very quick momentum and speed. And it's something when some of these breakthroughs happen, they're going to happen very quickly. And they are happening very quickly. Immediate future with space travel. Six of Wands, trust. This is trust. Basically, a lot of space exploration at the moment is done in compendiums, groups, international groups and things like that. And there's going to have to be a little bit more trust. I don't think every party to some of these groups shares everything they have. That goes back to the Child of Crystals on the other side of the Yeah, and the Two of Crystals, crucial decisions. What do you share as well? Crucial decisions about what you share as well, and what you give people. That's part of the crucial. That's part of the Two of Crystals. What do you share, and what do you not share? Crucial decisions. And so there's still a lot of work to be done to come to the level of trust with other parties in order to win this, to be victorious over this endeavour, in order to have real success in this endeavour. What's in the environment for space travel at the moment? Ten of Crystals, delusion. Yeah, bit of disappointment. People thinking they have things figured out that they haven't, that they're not quite where they think they are. I think there's going to be a few setbacks and disappointments because they think they're a bit farther along than they actually are. And they'll learn that. What do other people see? Nine of Crystals, narrowness. Some people see the people who work in this area as having tunnel vision and not really being aware of the world around them. And how can we go out into this area when we've stuffed up everything we have here? You know, that sort of attitude. And so there's a bit of, yeah, they see people with tunnel vision who aren't looking around the world they're actually living in, seeing how much it's been messed with, and also don't necessarily see how the coronavirus, with it slowing everything down, has given things a bit of a rest in quite a few areas. So they see people mainly with tunnel vision. What are the hopes and fears for space travel for people and pets? Ace of Worlds, Ace of Pentacles, success. Of course, the hopes are that they will succeed with it and relatively soon, but the fears are that they won't and that they'll never see it. So that's pretty self-evident one, that one. What is the final outcome for space travel for people and pets? Preserver, Woman of Worlds. Queen of Pentacles, Preserver. In the near future, it's going to be more about preserving our Earth. Should be conserving, but preserving what we have, keeping what we have, looking after what we have. There's going to be more emphasis on that for quite a while yet. Illumination, Ace of Wands, but there's going to be some new ideas coming up in the next few years that are going to generate. There's going to be quite a few epiphanies, I think, that are going to generate new ideas and new excitement. One more reflection, Two of Worlds. It's like we're going to bring, it's like the shrinking of the globe with advances in travel. We're going to bring the solar system closer with advances in space travel. So it will eventually happen. Okay, so that's my reading on space travel and for people and humans. So it will eventually happen. But there's a few things to look into first and stuff, and there's a few setbacks along the way. And some people have to get out of their narrow mindset of this is the way things are, and look at the wider world a bit. So it was a really interesting question. I don't know who asked it, but Hey. Good positive things on this broadcast tonight. No politics tonight, so don't ask for anything on politics, okay? Not going to happen. Okay, so we're going to just... Now, the next question that was asked was, are we going to be able to travel to the bottom of the sea? A voyage to the bottom of the sea. Yeah, I'm not going to give up my day job. Are we going to get to the bottom of the oceans? I know James Cameron's been very deep, deeper than anyone else, but are we going to get there? I'd dive down there in a minute if Jason Momoa was going to be sitting down there waiting for me going, hey. Are we going to get to the very bottom of the oceans? The human race going to get to the very bottom of the ocean? Are we going to get down there? The places that even deeper than, I think he went in the Marianas Trench or not, I'm not sure. Sage of Crystals, Noah. Rise. I think a sage is the wrong book. Woman of Worlds, Child of Worlds, Sage of Worlds is, oh yeah, Child of Worlds are knights. Okay, well, there you go. Sage of Worlds, they're news. Disappointing news. So that, oh no, news on resources and power and all that. So that Child of Crystals before with a knight, but that's still, you know, protecting secrets and defense and stuff like that. So okay, so down to the bottom of the sea. Down to the bottom of the sea. The Queen, here we are. The Two of Crystals has made, I think, having to make vital decisions, critical decisions. This is something that's going to be continually a cycle of critical decisions. What is crossing it? The challenge, the Seven of Wands, courage, standing the ground and saying, no, we can't abandon this sort of thing. We need to find out. We need to keep going. There's going to be people who say, why bother spending money on this sort of thing? No, standing your ground and saying, no, it is important. You have to keep going. We have to keep looking. We have to keep exploring there. Oh, it's at the base of it. Oppression, Five of Wands. There are going to be, unfortunately, there are going to be people here who want to exploit what resources there may be down there. And there will be some. There are always going to be people who want to exploit, and oppress an environment. And destroy things by not doing the right thing. That's, and they unfortunately are where a lot of the funding at the moment comes from. So yeah, so standing up to these people is also going to be a challenge as well. Past actions up to the future. Balance, 13. Finding a balance between what good exploration is and what we can safely do down there. What good exploration is, what can be safely done down there without destroying yet another environment, which has already been destroyed enough, the oceans. But imagine if way down deep that got destroyed as well, even more than God knows what's floated down there from human habitation, especially over the last few hundred years. Whew. Deep, deep, deep balance. They still haven't found that balance. They still haven't found that balance. What's over the top of it? Illumination, Ace of Wands, more epiphanies and more creative ideas, more brilliant minds being put towards this. What's in the near future with getting to the very bottom of the oceans? Regenerator, Sage of Cups. Surprising news. Regenerator. Renewal. Some part of a cycle is coming up soon. There's going to be things happening with the ocean, or maybe things off shorelines and things like that. Renewal. Even maybe something seismic with the oceans at the moment. That maybe more than usual. We can't stop the tectonic processes of this planet. And you've seen it yourself with islands appearing in the middle of oceans, volcanic islands and all that. Some stuff that is way down there on the bottom is going to be rising to the surface, I think. And this is, I think, for natural processes. Water rising up, natural processes, regeneration. What's in the environment? 8 of Cups, stagnation. It's something that I think people feel we've got to walk away from for a while and just leave, because, well, this picture says it all, doesn't it? Look at all the stuff that's lying at the bottom of this body of water, you know, and it's not all treasure. It's detritus. It's detritus, very much in the. What do people see with regard to getting to the bottom of the ocean? Negative. 5 of Crystals. They conflict and oppression from here. Here it is. The abuse. This is, you know, this is the corporations that are And people are fighting, a lot of people are fighting them and standing up to it. This is the abuse of position and power. See, they see something to be exploited, negativity. And it's sad. But that's one of the drivers behind getting down there. Ooh, but maybe negativity, maybe they're feeling like they're not getting their money's worth as well. Something that's not giving them a return. Well, the hopes and fears with regard to getting down there. 10 of Wands, that this is growth. So that's pretty much that it's going to be too much of a burden is the fear, and the hope is that it's a burden that can be carried. We've got the old hand here, the new hand here, across generations. So this burden can be handed over to the next generations. It can multi-generational. 10 of Wands, you know. What's the outcome for going to the bottom of the sea? The universe. That is a completion of a journey. Done it, complete. We're going to get as deep as we're going to get, we've gone about as deep as we can go. As deep as we're allowed to go, I think. And I had that thought going right through my head. Deep as we're allowed to go. Sage of Worlds, Master. Intellect. Higher intelligence. 9 of Wands. Integrity. Yeah. Integrity, 9 of Wands. Battle, defending. We've gone about as deep as we're going to be allowed to go. There you go. Because of the fives, the conflict and the abuse and the, you know. So that is getting to the bottom of the oceans. Now, the next question that somebody asked, thank you, it was the research into restoration of sight, is it, in Hungarian, into the restoration of eyesight, into eyesight restoration. Is that going to be successful? Are they going to have successes? I'll use the little gold cards again. No political questions. That's it. Especially not to do with that. No political questions. Now, while I'm on tour, I won't be on Sunday morning this week. So I might do an hour or so Monday morning, but I don't want to clash with anyone, so we'll see. Or I might pop on sometime during Monday in the afternoon or in the evening. Okay. So will the Hungarian research into restoring eyesight be successful. They're going to have to retreat back a bit. They've hit a bit of a plateau, and they're going to have to retreat back a bit. Hi, GMR5. Queen of Wands. There's compassion, of course. Any research trying to restore eyesight for people. Compassion, but intuition. They've got to follow their intuition. What's the challenge? King of Swords. Why is the King of Swords a challenge? Why would the King of Swords be a challenge? Could be rethinking their strategy. And also, if it's any government funding in it, there's probably somebody playing. There could be somebody diddling the books. But I think it's more of a rethinking of their strategy, considering they've got to take they're going to have to take a bit of a step back somewhere. So I'm going to go at this stage with rethinking of their strategy. What's at the base of it? Three of Wands. They're waiting for results. They're waiting for results. That's why they're at a little bit of a rest stage, a little bit of an impasse. They can't do much until they've got results that come in at the moment, and it's taking time. Their past actions up to the moment. Seven of Pentacles. Assessment. They're feeling like they've come up a little bit short on something. They've come up a little bit short, but they're waiting for results to come in to confirm that. What's over the top of them? Strength. But they've also had some good, strong results. So that's whatever they're waiting for. I don't think it's something they won't be able to overcome. I think they will. They've got some good, strong leadership, some good, strong ideas. But I think it's like the implementation, the way they're doing it, and the way in which they're implementing things, they might have to look at a bit. Immediate future. Seven of Cups. Yeah, a little bit of confusion in there. A little bit of confusion. It's interesting that it balances with the Seven of Pentacles on the other side. Assessment, coming up short. Something's clouded the issue. Something's caused. Yeah, it's causing this retreat on an idea or something, and this need to rethink strategy. There's something clouding the issue. In the environment, a steadying of the boat. A steadying of the boat. The King of Cups. A calm hand on the tiller, settling the waves. Things starting to settle down, and they're starting to calm down and be able to think a bit, and maybe they'll be able to start seeing through this fog soon when this fog comes up. What do other people see? Other people see something that is going to help people who are embattled with loss of sight, who've lost one of their defenses that we have. Our senses are important. They are our body's defenses to the outside world. You know, smelling fire, seeing smoke, seeing danger creeping up on us, feeling when something's dangerous or harsh, you know. So, yeah, people see something that's worth continuing, worth battling on to get. Hopes and fears. They're fearing that they've missed something in the details, but they hope they haven't. What is going to be the outcome for this research in Hungary for restoring our eyesight? Anxiety, a bit of an anxious time. Six of Swords, they will get through that. And they will be able to move on from that, but it's going to be a bit of with this clouding of the issue and things coming up a bit short and having to rethink strategies, it's going to be a bit of an anxious time, but then they're going to be able to make some progress. King of Pentacles. They have to be solid and practical. They have to be practical. I think there might be a little bit of scientists can be a bit impractical. Trust me, I work in the sciences as well, and it can be a bit impractical. We can get a little bit caught up and tunnel vision on what we're looking at. So there's going to have to be a bit of a firmer hand on the reins. But again, here's the Queen of Cups. Again, things are going to be, yes, so it will help. It will help with healing. If Queen of Cups is about healing, it will help. I think the research, not so much with what's going to come out of this research is advances in healing for eyes that have been damaged and could be in danger of losing eyesight. So there are going to be some advances in healing coming out of this research. So there you go. That's what I've got for that question about the Hungarian research into restoring eyesight. It's going to hit a few potholes, but they are going to come out with some advances in healing. Whoa, that's an interesting one, Travels. I'll do that one. I might actually use Kipper to ask that one. And I've got the Zero Marchetti cards here, gorgeous cards. So I'm going to use Kipper to ask that question because we're looking at communication between individuals. So telepathic communications between one person and another. Is it going to happen? Will it be able to be used in future? Will we be able to use it more in future? Let's have a look. Pathway. Email. Adjudication. Speaking. One more line to put out. Then we'll see what is the story with distant horizons. That's interesting. With telepathic abilities between people. Oh, this has got 38. Okay. Wow. Interesting. Oh. Well put. Okay. Toils and labour. So we've got main male is second line down, 2 cards in, and the main female is third line down, 3rd row down, 2nd card in from the end. So say we want to track the main male and the main female being able to talk telepathically to each other. So how are they going to be able to connect in the future? Gift. We've got a diagonal down onto the line where the main female is as a gift. This is a gift of being able to send messages. Marriage commitment. It's not going to be just to it. You're not going to be able to just do it with anyone. The main female diagonal, a privileged lady, diagonal up to the 2nd line to a privileged lady. It is a gift. It's not a privilege. So it's a gift. It's a privilege. It's going to be a privilege to have it, and you're going to have to be wise. So the main lady is next to the mature woman, showing wisdom. The mature man. Okay, so we've got the main male diagonal from gifts. A gift between 2 people who are really committed to each other. Sharing thoughts. But again, here's the mature man next to the sharing thoughts and all that. It's something that we're not mature enough as a race to do without there being a very special commitment and connection between people. Like twins, they'll say there, that they can read each other's thoughts or, communicate silently. Some married couples can, just from years of practice. It's something that is so the main female, a false person above it. People lie about being able to do distant horizons. This indicates distant horizons, that we have a long way to go before we're there, and we've got a lot of maturing to do before we're there. A journey. Now there's a journey next to the main female. This is the main female. There's a journey card next to her that diagonals with the mature man. So it's something that I know people say that women are more intuitive, but I think it's something that men are probably actually, it's inherent in everyone, but men maybe find it when they try, easier to tap into being able to do it, but there's got to be commitment to it, commitment to other people, occupation. It's something you have to work at as well, and it's a privilege. It's an expectation that people have, but there's also concern and the different pathways that it can go. There's concern about how it can be used. So there's a lot of and legal. How can it be used in a legal sense? You know, he said, how do you know, when did he say this to you? Where were you? Well, we were in, separate cities at the time. Then how did he say it? On the phone? No, he said it to me telepathically. Not going to stand up in court. So there's sort of all sorts of practical issues around it as well. We're a long way from achieving it, but we have to reach new levels of maturity as a race. So we've still got a long way to go. Don't appreciate the gifts we have as is. The main male next to them is lovers. Again, a very close tie. Change. There's got to be changes in our evolutionary changes, I think, which is one of the reasons there's a long way to go. And it's a lot of hard work, great fortune, sun and wealth. Yeah, being able to do this. We have, here's the mature man. On top of him, we've got the wealthy man. He's a bit of a smug prick, actually. His thoughts, he's like, oh, I can, he's like diagonal to the thoughts. He takes someone's thoughts and he's diagonal to a false person. So people do make money from it, yeah, from this, but they're false. They make money wrongly from. We've got adjudication again in here with gifts and adjudication and unexpected income. People using it to make unexpected income, but other people in despair. Community. Oh, it's a bit of a minefield, but overall, we're a long way from that being a reality. We're not mature enough as a race. We're not ready for the changes that can bring about. Yeah, so that again was a really, really interesting question. And thank you. I think it was, who was it? I can't remember who asked it. I can't remember who asked any of the questions today, but thank you so much for the questions. Yeah, there are people who I think can do it, but as you said, it's at the moment it's just really close ties. Anyway, my darlings, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed a different topic session, especially on this anniversary. Again, prayers, wishes, all the best. And look after yourselves, guys. And I will talk to you in a few days. Look out for some more videos as well. Okay, love you. Bye-bye.